Let's hope so.
I don't know. Cut Gemma off. All right, that'll do.
Counting 10 in my head.
Yeah, no, I did. I did that counting to 10 where you speed up really
Yes.
fast.
Because you get nervous.
Yeah, I read a thing about cold plunging and they say to start with just your face and to do it just for 10 seconds. It's amazing how fast my 10 seconds goes.
Yeah.
Gemma says Facebook has not gone live. Great.
Oh, right, okay.
But that's all right. She's going to force it.
Yeah, won't mess with Gemma.
It would be a very brave thing,
person,
wouldn't it?
yeah.
Very brave / stupid, I think. I don't know why I've just taken my glass off, which is clearly going to message me again to tell me whether or not we have actually... Oh, it did actually. It was just... Oh, lazy.
It was being lazy.
Oh, capital
no.
lazy. Naughty Facebook.
Naughty Facebook.
Good mind. Good morning to everybody on Facebook or anywhere else that you happen to be this morning. Jane's here. Hello, Jane. How are you?
Very well, thank you. You?
Good. Yeah, apart from looking like Keith Lemon.
I was just thinking
fine.
you look like you weight, put weights on you.
Oh, I don't know what I've
You've
done.
done something, haven't you?
Yeah, but I stupidly did it like 8 months ago and didn't do
and the
anything.
trouble is, you've been doing a lot of cutting recently, and that would have put strain on it.
Do you know what's actually? It was... You know when you do something big and then it's the chopping of the spring onions that just sets it off and you go, that's ridiculous.
That's usually what happens though, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is.
It's the straw.
Yes, or spring onion that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say hello to everybody, Jane, and see where everybody is, what they're at this morning, and how everybody else is, and if they look like Keith Lemon or not.
No.
Hopefully not. Claire's here. It's Textile Tuesday. We are doing the Pinwheel Hexagons. Pa-pa! Pa-pa! Love it. Good job, Jane.
Thanks. It's a fun one, actually. Well, they're all
Every
fun.
time I look at it,
you see something else.
yeah.
It's good fun. It's
Curious.
a nice one, and it goes together quickly, which we like.
And we've got a full kit.
Yeah.
In fact, we've got lots of goodies for you today because we've got the full kit and then we've got backing. It's going to take 1.5 meters of backing.
Yes, because it's not very wide, so it'll take standard width fabric, 1.5 meters. Job's a good one.
Do you know what I've done, Jane?
What have you done?
1.5 meters of cave.
Wonderful.
Taken a whopping chunk off and got them down to $19.99. Now, whether you back with them or whether you just whack them in your stash, they are good stash whackers.
Yeah, that's a nice chunk of fabric.
It is a nice chunk of fabric. It's up to you. I hear there are no backing police.
No.
Morning, Jane. Morning, Helen. Morning, everyone. Morning, Gabriel. Morning, Sophie. Morning, Susan. Good evening, Jimmy. Oh, Claire's in a very wet East Yorkshire. It's me bunting's droopy, Jane.
Oh, it's a bit soggy today.
I made meters and meters and meters of bunting at the weekend out my scrap box. Soggy.
Soggy now.
Soggy and droopy. Hello, Kate. How are you? 2 Kates, your mum and Kate B.
Morning, Mum. Morning, Kate B.
Natasha, your necklace is caught on the mic. It's not, no. Might just
Probably
be.
making a little bit of a rustling noise.
I like this necklace, don't want to take it off. Joe's here. Pat's here. Kate is now worried about how to spell Mike.
Oh,
Is it Mick or Mike?
it's Mike, isn't it? M-I-K-E. That's what I've always thought. Now you've got me wondering.
Or is it just M-I-C?
Could be M-I-C.
I think it's
shortening
M-I-C,
of
yeah,
microphone.
but
Yeah,
not...
not Mike as in the man.
No, you see, yeah.
Yes.
We feel your pain, Kate. Anyway,
Yes.
I've taken it off, so hopefully that's better. Whichever way around.
Mike Gate.
Helen's here. Who's he? Jan's here. Erica's here. Chris is here. Hello, everybody that's here. Liz is here. Everyone's joining us slowly. I feel like it's been a bit of a slow start to the morning this morning.
I think that's how today feels, doesn't it? It's a bit gloomy. It's a bit wet and miserable in most places, I think, today.
Yeah.
And after all that lovely sunshine, that's our summer.
Your mum just says microphone.
Yeah. She doesn't like shortening of words.
Well, presumably, then it should be M-I-C with an apostrophe for the bit you've missed off.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If we're going to be really Pernickety.
Yes.
It's a great word, isn't
I
it?
love pernickety. I love the word pernickety.
Yeah, it's
There's
good,
some
isn't
of
it?
our words that are just fabulous.
Yeah. Debbie's here. Morning, ladies. Another beautiful day. Where are you?
We're coming. We're on our way.
Miserable here, that's for sure. Jo's here. She's back from a few sunny days in Northumberland, but it's wet in Spalding.
Ooh.
You know, there are some place names that you just go, oh,
Yeah.
that sounds worse than being wet anywhere else.
Yes.
Wet in Spalding.
Spalding's a really nice place, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but the name, it doesn't
Yeah, it
sound
doesn't
like
sound
it's
nice,
as
no.
beautiful as it is. Helen's been face planting. See, we've been garden planting, which is more fun than face planting.
I was going to say face planting. I hope that's
Hang on.
a predictive
Helen.
text.
No. She's in pain after face planting in the woods at the weekend, and she's just had a new hip as well, so that's
Oh,
no fun.
no, that's not nice.
Donna's here.
Sending
Anyway,
love.
we're sending you gentle love. Sue's here. Morning from cold Oz. Do you feel slightly better knowing that it's cold in Australia?
Yeah, it's a bit smug, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even though we're quite cold here today.
Yeah, no, you see, Erica says, to think on Sunday I was standing in my granddaughter's paddling pool.
Yes, we were doing everything we possibly could to cool down on Sunday,
Yeah.
weren't we? Never mind.
Where was I? And someone complained. I was in the chip shop because I was getting a lazy tea after I'd been at Create Craft all day.
Yes.
And
somebody said it was too hot and you went, "Ah!"
you have no idea. And it turned out to be a policeman, and I felt a bit bad having a go at this policeman. I was like, don't you dare say that. He was like, it was a bit hot to be stood in a field with a dog. And I'm like, well, I just wear shorts. It's fine. No, I can't. I'm a policeman. I'm like, well, life choices. There you go. That went well.
Yes.
Let's hope I don't need their help anytime soon.
Oh, you're the woman that complained because I said I was a bit warm.
It didn't quite go like that. It was said in more bantery jest.
Yes.
Hopefully. I got out without being arrested. Win. Julia's here was fabulous while you were away. I don't think that was meant to us.
No, I think that's for somebody else.
We can go
Let's
away
hope so.
again. All right then. Claire says, morning, Natasha and Jane. I need encouragement to pack up the non-essentials before moving at the end of the month. I mean, we've been in our warehouse now for, 7 months? We still haven't fully unpacked.
No.
Not going to lie.
No, it's one of those jobs, isn't it?
You're asking the wrong person there.
No.
I did, and also having moved house as well at the same time,
Yeah.
I did suggest to Josh that maybe he might like to finish off unpacking his stuff in our bedroom.
Good bloke, isn't he? He's just like, whatever.
Yeah. Good morning, Claudia, and Alison's here as well, and Audra. I feel like we haven't had you with us live for ages, Audra. Do you feel that as well?
Yeah. Some people, yeah, you think, oh, I haven't heard from you for a while.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And then it's nice when your name pops up. Carol's here as well. Hello, Carol. You see, Carol's surname is the same as my aunt's surname, one of my aunts, so I always have a double take.
Yes, because you think it might be your auntie.
I mean, it's never my aunt. It's always Carol. But I always
Yeah.
double take. Jane, we are making this today. What have you got for us today? I know because I watched you cut it all.
Yes. Well, we had great fun, didn't we, choosing the fabrics. It's an exclusive. It's a Natasha Makes exclusive.
It is, yes.
Nobody else will get a jelly roll. Well, it's not a jelly roll. A strippy roll, half strippy roll. Can't call it a jelly roll because it's trademarked to that.
Is it actually trademarked to Moda? Because I know they get a bit sniffy about it.
Yeah, they do. I think.
Whereas actually, there's a compliment in there. If they rummage around somewhere, Jane, they'll find that there's a compliment.
Yeah, well, they say that.
they've-
Don't they? That imitation is a. Yeah, so we've got 20,
Hang on. Let's go
22.5-inch strips of gorgeous case.
We really have. I've got to remember how. Hang on. I felt like my weekend has suddenly caught up with me this morning.
That's a bit
Really
fuzzy.
fuzzy. Yeah.
Look at this. Natasha and I went through and we chose a sort of smaller scale pattern and a larger scale pattern to put into pairs to give you a nice contrast between the patterns. There's a bit of everything. There's some vintage, there's some of the newer stuff.
It was a proper rummage through
Yeah.
and see what we had and see what went colour-wise together.
Yeah. So we've got a little bit of Brandon's new Reflections collection in there. There's a bit of koi polloi. There's some coral.
There's new
paisley
stuff. There's
flower,
some spot in there as well.
Yeah.
There's all sorts going on.
Nice stripes. Nice combinations of pattern and scale of pattern to give a good contrast between the two.
And in a rainbow.
Yeah.
When we had it laid out on the desk,
Yeah, it did.
it was definitely in a rainbow form.
Yeah,
We do love a rainbow.
we do. We do love a rainbow here at Natasha Makes.
So that's what you're getting. And
So you
Jane's
get-
cut them all.
20 strips, 2.5-inch strips. Done it with our stripology ruler because it makes life quick and easy.
Hurrah.
And we love that.
Done.
So that's all done for you, you see.
So half the cutting's done.
Yeah.
Easy. And then
You've got a
you put it with
medium.
midnight.
I've done it with midnight because I think you don't
Not
always
a
want the
sound
starkness
from
of
the pain.
black, do you?
No, no, no. And you're right, just that little lightening.
Yeah. Just because it's that deep, deep blue,
Yeah.
it's stark enough to show off the colours, but then it gives a little bit of softness to it as
There
well.
it is.
So it's not as stark. But I think Kafe always looks nice on a...
It's
You can either have white or a
we
dark
nearly
one.
put it with white, didn't
Yeah.
we? And I don't know why we didn't. If you'd prefer it with white, just message. We can swap it out for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
If it goes with your decor better, then that's fine. This is a nice lap quilt size.
Yeah.
Do you have much fabric left?
You have a little bit to play with, but not much.
Okay.
There's, there's room for error. If you should cut 1 or 2 strips, maybe wrong, because we will do that.
Slightly wonky.
Yes. But no, not very much left over. You
So
might be able
there's
to
a
make
slight
yourself a
wonky
cushion.
allowance.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. No, that's good. That's all
Yeah.
good. So that is the kit. It is not an expensive one.
No,
At
it's a
all.
nice kit size, nice kit price.
It is. Nice. We've done your nice,
Nice
price.
price.
Nice price. And of course, designer fabrics, and then just a metre of your plain. Shall we have a look then at the 1.5 that we've got for you? Now, as we say, there are no backing police. We've done them at a backing amount.
Yes.
And you'll have a skiddly bit left over as well.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I think on the backing it says you needed 1.25 metres, but we've cut these to 1.5 meters.
Yeah, gives you that little bit extra. Again, 1.25 meters is a generous. You could skinny that up a bit, so you'd have enough left over for a cushion front if you wanted one.
I would. Since this one came in,
This is gorgeous.
this is one that I just feel should be on the back of a quilt.
Well, Kay says, doesn't he, your back should be as fabulous as the front. Look at that, it's so pretty.
It's really pretty.
Yeah.
And that sort of fits in, doesn't it? Because
Yes.
you've kind of got that shape
Yeah.
reflected. I like that.
Lovely. It is pretty.
It's
very
really pretty.
Summery, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, and you've got quite a lot of those shades in it as well,
Yeah.
which I like. I've completely lost where the label is on this, but Gemma is loading these as we speak. So these are like ridiculous bolt ends, really.
A nice size. Nice
Nice.
size for your stash.
Nice size, nice price.
Nice size for a small backing.
Oh, imagine that as a backing.
Oh, that would look fabulous.
Yeah.
You could have fun using the shapes to do your quilting. There's quite a few people will use their backing fabric for their quilting pattern. So they'll
that's
quilt it on the
clever.
back, and then that gives you like a nice overall pattern on the front.
Genius.
It's good fun.
Well, this would be lovely because you've got lots that you could
Yeah.
squiggly wiggle about. Nice.
Again, that's a nice summery fabric, isn't it?
Great.
I think all Kafe's fabrics are nice and summery. They do bring a bit of sunshine to a dull day.
They do. This one, I would really like to see climbing up the back of someone's quilt.
Yes.
It's sort of asking for it, isn't it?
That's it, you're asking for it. Yes, no, it does, because it's got this sort of like wavy stripe going through it almost. It's lovely.
It's a big, bold one, isn't it?
It is, it's a nice one. It's paisley flower, isn't it? this
Yeah.
one?
But it's one that you can chop into smaller bits and get really interesting bits.
Yes. you
Or
can
have
fussy
that
cut, yeah.
lovely, big, impactful, whatever. But again, these should have been, Gemma will tell me. Well, we never charge full amount for our cave anyway. We
I was
do
going to say,
subsidise
did you
it.
say that they were 19 £19.99 for the 1.5 or something like that.
I might have done, Jane.
Well, that's like what a metre of cave goes for nowadays, isn't it?
I know. So cave should be well over £8 a half metre,
Yeah.
and we don't. I don't know why we don't charge that. I think because I get upset by that.
Because you're a crafter and you like
Yeah,
to give value
I
for
know.
money.
I know.
This is another one that's got a lovely striped meander going through it.
I love this one. This is
So pretty.
this is Brandon's. I want to say barley brocade. That's what I want to say, and now I'm not sure.
You're perfectly right.
Am
I knew
I?
you would be.
Oh, look at that!
Because if anybody knows the cave, it's you.
Oh no!
I know that's not. It's Cave Collective. We should be correct in our.
They call me Mrs. Cave over at Create and Craft, which just makes me laugh. It's like, well, you know, you are Mrs. Cave.
Yeah.
Am I though? Thanks. Now this is.
Oh, we love this one.
I love this one so much. I bought extra bolts of it, which is why we've only got a little bit left of it. This was the shawl, wasn't it? Embroidered shawl.
This colourway is just beautiful.
It's just gorgeous.
With that flash of orange in it is just lovely.
Do you remember we did a bag with it? That was the very first thing, and John
Yeah.
Cormorgan nearly tried to walk out the door with it because he
Yeah.
was like, "That's lovely," and we did it with an orange stripe fabric for the
Yes,
handles.
Yeah.
And I've still got it because I won't give it to anybody else. It's mine.
No,
Mine.
It's mine. It's
Mine.
all mine.
Mine. But yeah, this is your embroidered shawl, and it's a winner.
It is.
In my mind, that's a winner. And that's the back of your jobby what's it. We have done one of these each. I have no idea if we have enough to do any more.
Some of them we probably might only be able to get 2 lots out of.
Some only one, I think, because some were looking particularly skinny. We might have to bolt end them. I'm doing a really bad job here of folding this, Jane. Right, we'll get there. I don't think your demo is very, very long
No,
today,
it's
is
not
it?
a
So
long
we
one.
can
It's
ooh
a
and ah.
It's a nice, quick, fun make. So yeah, we won't be.
Now, this is your deco. And again, another lovely colourway. I'd quite like a dress out of this, Jane.
That'd look beautiful, wouldn't it? It's a maxi dress. Can you imagine?
I need to find a really good maxi dress pattern. Because I am a maxi dress girl. I want to be a maxi dress girl. I've got a few maxi dresses.
Well, the thing is, because you're nice and tall, you do look lovely in a maxi dress.
They just flow, don't
Yeah, and
hide a
they're
lot.
nice for the summer. Yeah, like you say, in the summer they're nice and cooling.
They're my version
and they're
of.
forgiving.
Because what did you? Yeah, you can eat everything at the barbecue, can't you? What did you? Hattie Jake's dress you
Yes.
came in on, and I suddenly thought I don't have a Hattie Jake's dress
Yeah.
because my go-to Hattie Jake's dress would be a maxi dress.
Yes. I call it my Hattie Jake's dress because it's like a yoke and then it goes straight from the yoke. So it sits on the top of my bust and then flows out. Which is cool.
exactly what Hattie Jakes used to wear. And
Yes.
the minute you say it, you go, oh yeah, oh yeah.
But it's very comfortable and it's nice in the hot weather.
Yeah, which we had 2 days of.
Yeah.
This is, of course, another colourway of your paisley flower. I think this is contrast. That's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah. It is, isn't it? Because it's got the black and... I love this. It really pops those flowers with the reds and the oranges.
It's kind of a medieval...
Yeah, well, like a fleur-de-lis type pattern, isn't it? Like a trellis, I suppose, that
Yeah.
the flowers are growing up. Growing up? Yes.
Yeah, all of that. Are you growing lots of things in your garden this year?
Yeah, lots of wildflowers and weeds.
Are you?
Yeah.
The bees will be happy then.
Yeah.
This is your curly baskets in multi.
I love this because it's so subtle. It's lovely,
beautiful,
soft,
isn't it?
gentle colours. But again, you could have fun with this, quilting-wise, following the shapes. You know,
If I was going to have this on my back of my quilt, I might swap out for white on the front
Yes.
and go for like a summery vibe.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's nothing to stop you buying 2 kits, having one with the navy, one with the white, and having them for
Yeah, that would be
different
fun.
seasonal quilts.
Or you could buy 2 and make it twice the size.
Twice
If
as
you wanted a
nice.
big one.
Twice as nice. Oh, this is another lovely one. I really want
This
to
is
do
a lovely
bag out of
contrast
that.
one, isn't it? This is nice. Yeah, that would look fabulous in a bag, wouldn't it?
Or again, another fabulous dress.
Yes.
Or if you want to back your quilts, I mean, I guess we'd let you do that too.
Yeah.
A metre and a half.
Nice. To make a nice sort of like kimono style jacket, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. Now, like I say, we're down to our last bits of these. If we can make any more, we will, but I can't guarantee it on them. So when they're gone, they will be gone.
Yeah. I love these. This reminds me of like Hawaiian, like the what are they called? Layers? The necklaces, flower necklaces.
Is that because you saw Josh in his grass skirt the other day?
Yes, it could have been.
Yeah. You can't unsee that, can you?
No.
No.
I do hasten to add he got shorts on underneath.
Yes, that would have been traumatic for you otherwise. You can have it in blue as well. I snorted, sorry.
Oh, that's so
It was for a
pretty.
rugby tour. I'm just going
just
to clarify.
Well,
Yeah.
if he wants to walk around in a grass skirt, then he can. It's his house. He's allowed to.
Yeah. That'd be interesting work Zoom calls, won't they?
Yes.
You know, you do wonder though, don't you, sometimes when you're on a Zoom call, if you're only seeing someone's top half, are they just in like shorts, flip-flops, pyjamas, like what's going on? I think that was the thing during COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like
people were
everyone had
just
smartly
smartly dressed tops, but
PJs on the
casual
bottom.
underneath.
Yeah. So who knows how many people we speak to who are actually sitting there in
Pajamas.
or grass skirts.
Yeah, you'd never know.
You'd never know. You'd never know, Jane. That's no true word spoken. You'd never know. I'm just moving. I don't know. I don't just pick these up and move them to there. There you go. I'm going to get out your hair, Jane,
Lovely.
and let you do what you need to
Little
do.
demo.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a nice.
I'm going to shimmy with my cup of coffee around here.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a nice, fun kit, I think, this, and a nice fun project. And it's also, we're just going to look at, you know, using a different line on your ruler, really, which we don't always do.
No.
I mean, you can buy 60-degree triangle templates, rulers. Creative Grids do one.
Is
I
that
think what we've used?
what it is?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. But I wanted to show you how you can do it with your straight ruler.
Because I couldn't find our 60-degree.
No, I did look to see if we got any, but we haven't got any. Right,
I think it might.
It's a good opportunity to.
Ring hall. So I had to make the bunting a different shape, Jane, I'm not going to lie. It's normally my go-to shape for bunting.
So we make blocks, but they're not square blocks, they're rectangular.
Oh, okay.
Because we make the hexagon shape and we put half triangles on the sides. Now that's really weird because on that camera angle that makes that look really long and skinny.
Oh, Jane, do we look really long and skinny?
Oh, let's hope so.
We're just going to lie on the desk.
Hope, couldn't we? They're all the same size. Yeah, it's just an optical illusion, that is. Isn't that strange?
Oh, apparently it's Ed's birthday. Happy birthday, Ed.
Oh, yes, happy birthday, Ed. Gemma's mum, Edwina. That's her naughty name.
Well, yeah. She's naughty. Naughty, naughty.
She's had some lovely prezzies. We've seen them on Facebook this morning.
I haven't. What's she had?
She's had a hedgehog house. Gemma's done her a beautiful painting of a robin.
Oh, yeah, Gemma's good at painting.
Yeah, so these are the blocks. Hexagon. And as I say, they're not square, they're rectangular to start with. So let's show you how we do them.
Yeah.
From each strip, so you'll get your strips and you'll separate them up into pairs. And as I said, we've tried to give you like a contrasting of scale of print and colours, but that go together.
Same but different.
Same but different. And it's a good idea to have a contrast so that you get some definition between your stripes of some sort so that you can see the stripes. You can see on that one the coral looks completely different to the bead stripe, but that's made from the same pair of hexes.
Cool, I get it. Nice.
Strip pair set. So you'll get all your strips, you'll divide them up into pairs, so that will give you 10 sets of pairs, and you'll sew your pairs together along the long edge with your 1/4 inch seam. Seam to one side, doesn't matter which side, dark side is always the better side, but whichever one you want to do it to, there's no rule for this. And then we start cutting. So once you've got all your pairs joined together, you'll take one of your strip sets, and on your ruler you've got your 60-degree line. It says 30 here, but it says 60 up here. You're going to place that. Now, I'm doing it this way because I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, you'll just do it the opposite way. Opposite. So this is on my right-hand side, but if you were left-handed, you'd start on the left-hand side. It doesn't make any difference. The process is the same. Just reverse it if you're left-handed. So my 60-degree line is along the bottom of my strip, and I've slid it across until I'm right in the corner of the print there. I don't want to waste too much of my fabric for that first cut. So lining that up, 60-degree line there, the ruler facing up and away from me, I'm going to cut that first line. So that's now a 60-degree line on my strip. Because I'm right-handed, I'm now going to turn it round, so that cut is now on my left-hand side. If you're left-handed, it'll be on your right-hand side. We now place that 60-degree line on our ruler against that cut line. And we slide the ruler so the point of the ruler is right on the edge of that strip there. So we're making a triangle.
Nice.
So we're going to cut that. Like so.
Jane, we just got to the bottom of why the weather's turned.
Oh, right, yeah.
Nikki ordered new sandals.
There. That's
they
what
arrived
it is.
with the rain. So we're just going to blame her.
So there's your 60-degree triangle. That's triangle 1.
Perfect.
So now we go back and we place the 60-degree line on the bottom of the strip, and we slide the ruler across until the edge of the ruler is at the point at the top there. So that's our next 60-degree. And you can see that creates a different style of triangle. So we've got the strip at the bottom, same strip at the top.
Okay.
I'm going to call this the long strip for purposes of making them differentiate them. And then you work your way along the strip doing exactly the same, and you want 6 of each triangle.
Nicola, yes, that's exactly it. Could this be done with a jelly roll? Well, we've made you a jelly roll. We can't call it a jelly roll because it's not Moda.
Yeah.
A fabric
yes, of course
strip.
you could. If you've got jelly rolls at home,
yeah, use those.
use those. Get yourself 2. If you want to make it with a jelly roll, ours is effectively half that because there's 20 strips, and you usually get 40, sometimes 42 in a jelly roll.
Yeah, it depends whose jelly roll it is,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
So yes, you can. You'd get more. You get twice as many if you used a
When
full.
Tilda does a jelly roll, it's always 40.
Yeah, and I think Lewis and Irene's is the same.
Yeah, because they call them fabulous 40s, don't they?
Yeah,
But that's only because there tend to be 20 fabrics in their collection.
that's right. And I think because Kaif does do jelly rolls, Free Spirit do
Yeah,
jelly rolls.
sometimes they do, yeah.
And I think there's 40 in his as well.
So is
So-
it just Moda that does 42?
Yeah, I think so. And sometimes some of theirs have 40 and if you work on the basis of 40, sometimes you'll get a bonus. So you just go down the strip, cutting, rotating your ruler around each time. Until you've got 6 of each style of triangle.
Claire would like to know, do you cut an exact triangle or do you slightly offset the point by 1/4 inch to allow for the seam allowance?
On this one, I'm cutting them exactly.
Exactly. There we go.
If you've got one of the Creative Grid's 60-degree triangle template rulers, they will have the offcut bit on the top. And you might get a slightly bigger triangle by doing that.
So just be warned, it might throw you.
Yeah, your side triangles, you might need to just cut those a bit, your initial square a bit bigger to start with. Right, so you've got your 6 triangles of the 6 of each, and you'll have that little bit left over. Now you'll get 3 triangles from there, and you could have fun by cutting 3 more triangles and mixing them all up with your other.
So
Give you a really scrappy one.
Oh, for your cushion maybe.
Yeah.
So
So
Jane,
you've
is
got
that,
that left over, that much left over each from each strip set.
so when you say that you are going to have.
Yeah, you don't have much of your background fabric left over.
Yeah, but that's a plain. We generally
Yeah,
stock
we've
that.
got lots of that.
There's
too.
only, I think it's sage that's out of stock.
I think
at the moment.
paprika's as well, isn't it? Is
Paprika
that
and
another one
sage.
that's with our supplier?
It's annoying, isn't it?
So now you're going to lay these out so that you've got the hexagon. And to get the pinwheel effect, you put your triangle with your long strip on the right hand side.
This is where it's just clever placing.
Yes.
And if you want to do it a different way, you're going to get a very different.
You get a very
look.
different shape, and that's fine, and you can do that. So you've always got the small triangle facing on the outside, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you've got it so it's on the one.
Oh, that's nice with the deco, isn't it? Look
Yeah.
at that.
And then the
that's
other
really
one,
fun.
you see, will go. It's always good to lay them out because it's very easy, and you need to take care when you're picking them back up and sewing them together, because it's very easy to put them the wrong way around, and then you wonder why the pattern doesn't work. Ask me how I know.
I mean, to be fair, Jane, we've both done that live on air before now.
And that's the other one, you see. So you get 2
Nice.
quite different hexagons. You're going to take them, so you've got half hexagons. And as I say, it's always best to keep them laid out on your mat and sew them and then put them back and then sew the next one on, because it's very easy to put the wrong one onto the wrong side, because it's quite easy to pick it up and do that. And then you've got something that looks completely different. You can turn your hexagons round and you could have a hexagon within a hexagon. You can have a play with these, you see, and you can get all sorts of different patterns going on. But we've called them pinwheels because it goes round in like a pinwheel. I also found with a couple of my fabrics that one of the prints, when I cut it, I got 2 quite dominant colours on 2 of the triangles, so I chose to put those in the middle of the half just to create a pattern.
Well, that's just it, isn't it? When you lay them out, you can take
can
a step
look
back,
at-
have a
yeah.
look.
And do it. So, rule of thumb is have your top strip with your little triangle at the bottom, and then put the long strip along the side, so you're covering one seam. And I found it easier to have the plain piece with no seam in it on the top when I was sewing them together. Just how it worked for me. You'll find, and you're lining them up completely on top of each other. There's no offsetting of seams or anything like that at this point, so you don't have to worry about that. It's just straightforward lining up the triangles. Once you've done a couple of these, you'll be able to chain piece because you'll get the layout and you'll get the pattern. Just finger press it, but very careful though, because you've got a lot of biased edges on this, and it will stretch. So just pop that back into your layout, just to make sure that you've got the next one. See, I've done it now, haven't I? I've put that onto the wrong side. Let me look at this. Let me look at this. Yeah, I'm going to have to unpick that. That's what happened when you
Jane's
chatter.
going to do some unpicking.
When you chatter and don't concentrate on what you're doing. Technical person's come in.
Yeah.
Have we got a problem?
Your mic keeps dropping in and out. I don't know if...
We pack.
Oh, she's got
Stuck
dress
to my
on.
knickers.
She's got a rummage. She's got a grass skirt on. She can't just... Can you just check that connection, please? Is that...
metal Mickey like you were yesterday?
It's when you move.
I'm wondering if the machine is interfering with the signal or something.
If it is, then it's only just started doing it.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Let's see how that goes.
Thanks, Josh. Such a gentleman.
So
that
if the
all right?
channel's changed there, does that mean that we need...
No, I've changed it on the mic. On the actual pack.
Oh.
That's fine.
I don't know how these
It's
things
so
work.
technical, it's like magic, really.
When it works.
Change the frequency.
Right, let's look at this again. That one's got to go there. And that one's got to go like that.
We've got YouTubers, Jane.
Hello, YouTubers.
Cynthia, Ohio, enjoyed a few sunny days. This past Sunday was Mother's Day. Oh, yeah, of course it
yes, it was
was.
for people in
In that there America.
America.
And it was absolutely beautiful. It's raining today though. Celia says, morning ladies, on a very wet morning. Lovely fabric, by the way. Thanks. And Diane says, this summer, done then. Soggy Derbyshire.
Oh,
Morning all, says Derbyshire Di. You're right.
pulled my mic box out of the... We clip the...
I'm not going to change that
Don't change the angle.
that angle.
No, don't.
Whilst you have a little ramage.
Look fertile. That's it, that's better.
Fertile. Welcome to Textile Tuesday. You join us as Jane Fertles. That's another great word.
Isn't it?
Name. Could you imagine being called Fertile? Bit like Myrtle, but
Myrtle the
different.
turtle. Yeah. Let's get this the right way round. That's it. There we go. Just concentrate on what you're doing is what I'm going to say to you. Making sure that they're in the correct way, because it is quite easy to flip them and turn them and get them in the wrong orientation. And what I would suggest is that you press the seam to the flat, to the long seam where there's no seam going across. You can take it. I will also say to you, you might find it beneficial to starch your fabric. Now you can't, it's difficult to starch strips, but once you've got them sewn together in the pairs,
You can
give
do
them
a
a
bit,
good
can't you?
a good spritz with your flatter then, or your
Would
best
you
press.
press your seams open, Jane?
No, I tend not to. I'm of the school of thinking that if you press your seams open, you're exposing your stitches, which weakens your patches, particularly if you're then going
okay.
to quilt over the top.
Right.
It's only what I've been taught. It may not be accurate, and other people may feel differently.
I
And
just
that's
didn't know
fine.
if we were looking at if we were going to have a
No, there's no
lumpy situation.
No,
Are you
'Cause-
twiddling in the middle?
there's no twiddle in the middle, but because you press your seams all to the one, what I'm going to call the long side of the triangle,
Yeah.
they spin round.
Is this one of those blocks that looks equally lovely from the back?
You can, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So once you've got those two halves together, I'm just going to take this to the iron and just give it a little press. As I say, be careful because you are dealing with a lot of biased edges and it does like to stretch slightly as you're sewing if you're not careful. Now, you probably look at this and you'll think, oh no, my triangles are supposed to meet at the middle. They're not. You need that overlap there. That's your seam allowance.
So we're all good. We forgot that.
You're okay. Don't worry when you come to do it that you haven't got your triangles right at the top. You don't want them right at the top. If they're right at the top, you need to look at your cutting.
Okay.
So you've got your point there and you've got your point here. Because we've pressed our seams to the long side, when we come to put those together, they will nestle. These two triangles here will nestle. This seam here and this seam here. But you can also just place your pin in that point where those two seams come together and the point of your triangle in the middle, and just line those up. So push it through the opposite side. And then you can be doubly sure that you've got your seams lined up. And then it's a case of joining those two half hexagons together.
It's very clever.
You might want to put more than one pin in the middle if you feel more comfortable
Is that what you've
with
gone
that.
for, Jane?
And so then you can just press that open and your points should have all come together in the middle. And
Miss
it's
Emily
not-
was helping me with pins this morning, wasn't she?
Oh yes, bless her. She was, because I was busy doing something and I'd stuck the pins in the ironing board rather than walk back like 2 steps and put them in the pincushion or take the pincushion to the ironing board like most people might do. I just stuck them into the ironing board. And she said to me, why have you stuck your pins in the ironing board? I said, oh, because I'm too lazy, Emily, to put them back in the pincushion. And she said, oh, well, I'll put them in your pincushion for you. Where is it? And I said, oh, it's just there by the machine. Look, it's a magnetic one. And she got it and she's putting them in. And she said, why have you got a nail in your pincushion? And I was like, a nail? Have I got a nail? And she came to me and she said, yes, look. And it was a dressmaker's pin.
It was an old-fashioned pin.
It was an old-fashioned pin. I said, oh, that's still a pin. Just an old-fashioned one.
Yeah. But she has these brilliant things, doesn't she? It's like
She
when
just
she
Emilyisms.
when
Love
she
it.
kept complaining about her her knit.
Yes.
I've got a knit, mummy, a knit. And I'm thinking you haven't because we've checked your hair. She didn't mean knit at all. She meant stitch.
Yeah. It's a superstar. So you'll make all your hexagons.
Mm.
So you'll have 20 hexagons altogether. Then you're going to cut a rectangle from your background fabric. Measurements are all in the pattern. On the short side, measure 1/2 inch in and put a little mark at the top, and then on the opposite side at the bottom.
Sheena is all cross with herself because she missed the beginning. You can always watch it back. Jane used her 60 degrees. She sewed 2 strips because this half the cutting's done for you on this kit. Your strips come already cut. Sew 2 together and then cut yourself using your 60-degree lines on your ruler. But you can go back and watch it, and all of those instructions are in Jane's instructions.
They are.
There's a lot of instructions in
Lots
that
of
sentence.
instructions going on, yes.
Yes.
So you've marked 1/2 inch in from the one side and 1/2 inch in from the other side at the top, one at the top, one at the bottom. You place your ruler on those 2 marks and you cut your rectangle in a diagonal, which gives you your skinny rectangles which go either side of your hexagon to make the block.
Nice. Claudia says, an amazing design from amazing fabrics. When it all works together, it goes a treat, doesn't it?
It does. So these are possibly a little bit too big, but it's better to have them bigger and trim it,
You can
I
trim it,
think,
yeah.
than not. Now, you can either line up your short edge against the side of your triangle here, and you'll have a lot left over, or you can bring it down so that you've got like a 1/4 inch hang at the top, and then you'll have it hanging over at the bottom. You can decide. Some of them you might find it fits exactly. I don't know why. I think it might be something to do with the bias. Some of mine fitted perfectly, and others just decided that they were going to be bigger.
And yet you wouldn't...
And I cut it exactly the same way.
And you wouldn't
on
know
all
it
of them.
from looking at it now?
No. It's just one of those things. So press that away. And then put your next triangle on the opposite side and into the middle. Now on this one I've got the little ears on my triangles here that have come over, so I know I can line that up with there and press that into the middle there. Again, you know, you're biased edge to biased edge, so just take your time. Let the machine feed it through. Don't try and pull it because you'll just stretch it.
That's the thing with a bias, isn't it?
Yeah. And then you press that. You might find it sort of looks like it's bowing slightly, and this is why I've
Can you just press a little bit?
bit more this way,
Yeah,
get the
just
ruler out the way.
yeah,
There
yeah.
we go. Just press it. You might find when you look at it, you think, well, that's bowing, that's sticking out. That's okay, because you can take your ruler, and as long as you've got 1/4 inch away from that point there, I line up the line, the vertical line on the ruler with the vertical seam line there, and you want minimum 1/4 inch from that edge. So as long as you've got 1/4 inch,
You're safe to trim.
you can trim that off. And I would recommend trimming it to make it square, make it straight. And you can also do the same on this side then. And it will be 3.5 from that centre seam. And you can square off that corner there as well. Because I think it's just because of the little bit of bias that you're working with.
It just makes
And
a
I always
difference,
think
doesn't it?
it's better to trim down than to have. Sometimes you just put it on and it comes straight and you're like, oh, that's great. And then other times you're like, why has that not worked? So
Now-
again, on the opposite side, you do exactly the same.
We have a limited number of these because of the intensity of cutting them all. So when they're gone this morning. Like we say, we've got the backing fabrics for you as well. We'll see if we can do any more of those. I know Gemma's been loading them like a crazy mad thing this morning for us. And then she's also loaded some more of the mystical iris.
Yes, because they were very popular, so she had some more of that. She's loaded some more of the 1/2 metre heaven.
I did one in the tealy colour. I'll show you in a minute, which was actually my sample for the instructions, but I hadn't quite finished it before we went to air yesterday. But it's all done now. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But yeah, so she's loaded some more of the mystical iris fabrics as 1/2 metre heavens because you bought them all. So if anybody missed out,
It's beautiful fabric.
It's gorgeous,
I
isn't
said to
it?
Gemma, I think I need to have some of that. She said, I thought you might.
Yeah. But then the owls are rather
oh, they're
fabulous
good.
as well.
They're lovely as well. Really good fun. So just straightening it up really. So as I say, 3.5, well, yeah, 3.5 from the centre, just to make sure that it's, I know it's not a square, it's a rectangle, but
You
we're
know what I
squaring
mean.
it up.
Yeah. There's not really a phrase as rectangularing it up, is there?
No, I don't think
No,
there is.
we know what you mean. Gemma says the backings are all up. She's been loading replacements where she can as they sell out. But some really are at the limit now. So, yeah, it's a snooze you lose situation.
Yes, it's, you know, limited, aren't they?
Mm.
It's going to pop those in place there
Now-
so you can see that that's what the other, I'm not going to spend
Talking
time
of
saying
limited,
that.
tomorrow, now that I've got all my Crate and Craft orders out, tomorrow we have any tapestry fabric that is left in the building on tomorrow's show, and then it's done and gone. Oh, Jane, look at that.
I don't know what I've done with this one. It's
You
definitely
spin
come
it
out
round.
bigger than the other one.
Oh, no, it is, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not.
Something's gone on there.
Mm.
Because you join them together, like so. That's really weird. Because I used a different cutting mat in there. I've used the same ruler, but a different
Yeah.
cutting mat.
I don't know.
Don't know. Do you know? It might be the seam allowance on the machine, maybe. I don't
Oh,
know.
have you changed the seam allowance on this, Jane?
Yeah, I'm on a quarter.
What about on the other machine?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it's on a quarter. Anyway,
Do you know what though? I've done this before on different machines, and that little difference.
yeah, it makes all the difference.
Makes all the difference
Yeah.
because over a large amount. Yeah. I bet
So-
you that's what it is.
All your blocks will look the same size.
If not, trim them back.
Lay them all out and then rearrange them. Because you don't really want the same fabrics next to each other, and you might want, I would consider that to be a darker hexagon, so you might want a dark hexagon against a light and all of that. You want 5 rows of 4 blocks. So you'll lay them all out in your rows of 4, and then sew them together into pairs, and then sew the pairs together into 4s. And then you'll have a sashing strip of your background fabric, and you'll sew that to the bottom of each of your rows. And then you'll sew your rows together in pairs, and 2 pairs together, and you'll have a spare row, and then your 2 pairs of rows together, and then add the final row on, and then sew a strip to the top. And then you'll put a sashing strip down each side. And that's your quilt together, boom, done. So
Bish bash bosh.
it comes together really quite quickly. And because your strips are already cut for you, you can just get on with the sewing. There's not much cutting of your background fabric. So it's a nice, quick, fun make, I think. And all your blocks will be the same size.
Or not if you
or
want to
not.
use different machines.
Yeah.
I used your machine at the weekend, Jane.
It's not my machine, is it really? It's yours, but yeah.
I mean,
We call it mine because it's in the workroom. And I use it mostly. But yeah, it's a lovely machine.
So, Jane, thank you. Thank you. When these kits are gone, they're gone. When the 1.5 metre cafes on these deals are gone, they're gone. We've loaded as many. Oh, could you just show, please, Jane, the things from yesterday?
Yes.
I tasseled them up. I got a bit
Oh, they're
tassel
gorgeous with the
excitement.
tassels.
So yeah, so you've got a pocket on the front. You can pop a pocket on the back as well. But look at that fabric, it's so pretty.
It's lovely.
And then the keychain that we did, I popped on that one.
These are lovely, aren't they?
Really nice, yeah.
You've got everything on there. You can put your keys on it or anything. Tom.
Which, having locked myself out the house again the other day, I really do need to actually start taking proper key rings with me places. Just ridiculous.
Yes.
It does lend itself to a tassel, not going to lie.
Yes, it does look rather fabulous with a tassel on it.
Yeah. And the rainbow zips just look lush as ever. I used the bright one on the mermaid and the darker rainbow zip on the...
There's not a lot in it, is there? It's more the blues
There's
and
just-
most
there's more-
are darker, aren't they? There's a bit more.
Yeah, more purpley bluey bit.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So yeah,
Very
that's
nice.
what we did there. So whether you're using your mermaid glitter PU or whether you're using... Do you know what I do want to do, actually? And that is, with the black glitter PU, you know, we've got the skeletons doing yoga
the yoga
positions.
skeletons, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I'd make one of these up
Oh,
with the
fabulous,
black glitter
yeah.
PU.
That'd look nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
You could have some really like funky colour inside. like
Nice.
Bright red.
yes, yes, yes. All of that. Tomorrow I'm going to make something.
Yes.
I sort of know what it is.
That's good.
I've got the idea.
That's
I'm
a
just
start.
waiting on something to arrive, which should have been here yesterday and isn't.
Oh.
Before I spill the beans. But, like I say, last of the tapestries, we, I'm going to do something useful, I think. Function and form, Jane.
Nice.
Function and form. That's what we're going to do tomorrow. So join me for some sort of cork-based action.
Nice.
Have cork, we'll use it for everything. I really love this cork.
It is gorgeous.
Well, the nice thing about it is that you don't have to interface very much. So
No.
it's actually, given
Like
that it's
working
going
with
out
PU,
the same...
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it goes out the same sort of price as the cotton fabrics, but you don't have to interface, so suddenly your makes come in cheaper. Happy days.
Nice.
Happy, happy days. Unless you wish to, of course. So that's what we've got for you today and for tomorrow. Yeah, Jane, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
A nice little fun make, beautiful fabrics. Make the most of these 1.5 metre pieces. Like we say, they are cut, they are done, they're sitting waiting for you. And when they're gone, they're gone.
Yep. Fabulous.
Excellent. Thank you very much, everybody. We will see you tomorrow, 10 o'clock, same time, same place. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.